Do you struggle to find meaning in your life? Well, get in line. No, but seriously, I've been asking this myself for quite a long time. So in this video we will have a look at people who reached the top and rock bottom and what they have to say about happiness and meaning in life. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Matthew and I've got a question for you. Did you ever want to be rich or famous or successful? Well, probably the answer is yes, as this world kind of preaches that it's required to be happy or find a meaning in life, right? Let's ask some celebrities that actually have reached the top what they have to say about it.
When How I Met Your Mother first went on the air, I ran into an actress that I knew, and she said, "Are you just like so happy all the time?" And I remember thinking, does she really think that when CBS picked up the show, it left me with an inability to feel anything other than unbridled joy? But the strangest thing happened. As the show got more successful, I got more depressed.
I also struggled a lot with anxiety and depression.
You did?
Uh-huh.
I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone.
I have some sort of anxiety, depression, something.
Went to therapy, got put on antidepressants, kind of clawed my way back to some sort of rational thought.
Now, do you think you've beaten it?
No, Larry. It's always there. You've beaten it. Yeah, I kicked it.
No,
I'm fine. No, the idea is that you always have a little bit of fear, like you have to just keep at it. You know, it's a day by day.
Mental health is so important. People don't pay enough mind to it because we have things to do, schedules, we have jobs, we have, kids and places to be and pressure to fit in and Instagram stories, whatever you're trying to put on facade, trying to keep up. People don't pay attention to what's happening inside. I'm so sorry. I'm falling apart.
And when you have all this stuff, it doesn't mean you're happy.
A lot of people think getting famous will save you, that it will grant you the life you feel you're owed and spare you certain indignities. I was pretty bummed to realize that rather than lessening or eliminating my insecurities and least attractive qualities, it basically poured fertilizer on them.
People, and especially America, this idea of fame, that to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy. And so if you are looking for fame to define you, then you will never be happy. And you will always be searching for happiness, and you will never find it in fame.
Fame is different than what people think. Being famous is like living in a big, pretty prison. It really is. You can't do anything,
When they really want to make you crazy in prison war camp or anywhere, they put you in isolation, right? The thing I realized, the second you become famous, you're kind of in a weird isolation. People want to know why famous people marry other famous people so often or something like that, It's because they're in ISO with them.
Stay away from anything that makes a bunch of people stare at you while you're in a restaurant.
Okay.
Or makes them follow you in cars and motorcycles back to your hotel.
I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes.
Okay.
And that is a little bit of why I cut my hair, is because I really want to be my authentic self,
Yes.
100%. And so it hurts, when I don't feel like I can.
Money doesn't make you happy. It never did. I mean, history will tell you that. And fame certainly doesn't make you happy. People will tell you that who are famous.
Huh. So all that money did not make them happy. Why are we chasing it then? Well, if that's not the answer, let's take a look at the opposite side, somebody who hit rock bottom at a Nazi concentration camp during the Second World War. The logotherapist Viktor Frankl wrote about that time as a prisoner in his book Man's Search for Meaning. At times he couldn't even recognize his face, with his hair shaved, just one piece of clothing barely recognizable as such, emaciated to his bones, frostbites all over his hands and feet, and the constant fear of being transported to the gas chambers. So he really knows about what it feels like to hit rock bottom. According to him, a meaningful life can be achieved through one of three things: 1. Creating something or doing a deed. 2. To experience something or encounter someone. 3. To find meaning in suffering, to find a cause for your struggles. According to him, no matter the situation you are in, and he was in a really bad situation, you always have the free will to be responsible, to share love and give your best. So from my understanding, we can find meaning in our lives, but we don't yet know why exactly we came here to experience and go through this specific time. There are a bunch of theories about that, of course, but Viktor Frankl also has something to share about that. He states that life is much like a movie, a bunch of different single frames, but they only start to make sense after seeing the complete movie. And the movie only makes sense after seeing all the single frames. Isn't life the same? Also, if you are watching a movie for the first time, isn't that way more exciting and thrilling to watch if you do not know how it ends and why everything happens? Also, he states that suffering without meaning is masochistic and pointless, and for some of us sometimes it might feel like we are suffering for no reason at all. If we look into animal experiments, chimpanzees for example, that are injected with medicines over and over, they probably do not understand why this is happening to them. And by the way, I am in no way supporting this. But in the greater scheme, they might be the cause of millions of people being healed in the future. So their suffering is leading to happiness of other living beings. So you could say the animal suffering is an act of love. The same might be true for us. There might be a greater cause and our level of consciousness is not sufficient enough to understand it. So even suffering that might make no sense to us at the moment could still have a greater meaning. I know this is no satisfying answer onto why so many of us have to go through suffering, and if you have any more ideas or insights, please put them in the comments. I mean, after all, this is kind of the reason why I created this channel, to find an answer to this question. So to sum it up, I would give you 3 tips on a meaningful life. First is find something you really love doing, that really energizes you and you really like doing it and you're maybe good at it too. And for that you can check out my Ikigai video that teaches you how to find that one thing that you really like doing. And number 2, don't compare too much, because this doesn't really make a lot of sense, as we are super different. Every one of us is feeling different, seeing things differently. We have started from different locations on this planet and so on and so forth. Everyone has to walk his own path, so don't compare yourself to others and be like, oh, but she has more money and he is so beautiful and he has a boat, and who cares, okay? They might struggle the same way you do. You just saw all the celebrities, they are struggling as well. Try to not live in the past or in the future, be in the now, be in the present moment and try to make the best out of it. And number 3, if you're suffering right now, then find comfort in the idea that there probably is some greater cause that we as humanity are not yet able to understand. And also, if you're suffering right now, there are things you can do about that. For example, you can change your beliefs that should alter your reality. And for that you can check out my other video where I talk about the step-by-step instructions on how to do that. So I hope the information in this video is helpful for you to kind of sort out your things and find a meaning in life. And of course, this is not the universal answer, but even Viktor Frankl said the meaning of life could be to find the meaning of your life. And if you think about it, this might be true. So I hope you got value out of this, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe. And with that being said, I wish you a wonderful time and see you next week.